Richard Dawkins' Unweaving the Rainbow, Science, Delusion, and the Appetite for Wonder, addresses the perceived conflict between science and the arts, aiming to dispel the myth that scientific understanding diminishes the beauty and wonder of the world. Instead, Dawkins argues that science enhances our appreciation of nature, revealing deeper and more intricate beauty that surpasses the superficial or mystical interpretations often provided by art or religion. The title itself refers to an allusion from the poet John Keats, who criticized Isaac Newton for unweaving the rainbow by explaining the prismatic breakdown of light, which Keats believed diminished the aesthetic experience of seeing a rainbow. Dawkins challenges this notion, suggesting that understanding the scientific principles behind natural phenomena, like rainbows, actually increases our sense of wonder. Dawkins begins the book by reflecting on how scientific discoveries are sometimes seen as disenchanting, removing mystery from the world. He uses the example of Newton's explanation of the rainbow as a case study for this tension between science and art. Keats, along with other Romantic poets, believed that science stripped the world of its magic. However, Dawkins contends that this perspective is misguided. He argues that the deeper we probe into the workings of nature, the more awe-inspiring it becomes. The book thus seeks to reconcile the beauty and mystery traditionally associated with the arts, with the rigorous exploration of the natural world through science. One of the central themes of Unweaving the Rainbow is the idea that science does not destroy mystery, but rather replaces it with deeper, more profound mysteries. Dawkins argues that scientific inquiry leads to an appreciation of the world that is no less poetic or meaningful than artistic expression. For example, he highlights the intricacy of biological evolution as an awe-inspiring process that, when understood, enhances our sense of wonder about life on Earth, far from diminishing beauty. Science unveils the complexities and subtleties of the natural world, offering insights that fuel the imagination. Dawkins also tackles the issue of pseudoscience and superstition, which he views as distractions from the genuine mysteries of the universe. He criticizes astrology, telepathy, and other forms of mysticism as misleading and intellectually lazy. By offering simple, unfounded explanations for natural phenomena, pseudosciences obscure the true beauty and complexity that science reveals. Dawkins believes that these kinds of beliefs are not just harmless distractions, but actually hinder the intellectual progress and the appreciation of the natural world. He argues that turning to pseudoscience for answers is a missed opportunity to engage with the deeper, more rewarding truths uncovered by scientific inquiry. In addressing the misconception that science is cold or devoid of emotional depth, Dawkins draws parallels between scientific and artistic creativity. He argues that both involve imaginative processes, but where art often provides a surface-level engagement with beauty, science digs deeper into the structure of reality. For instance, he discusses the concept of seeing at different scales, from the molecular level to the cosmic, and how each perspective reveals a new layer of complexity and beauty. Dawkins argues that science enriches our understanding of these perspectives, creating a more complete appreciation of the world than is possible through art alone. Another major topic in Unweaving the Rainbow is the role of randomness and probability in shaping the universe. Dawkins explores how chance events, when governed by natural laws, can lead to the emergence of order and complexity. He discusses the randomness inherent in biological evolution, explaining how natural selection transforms random genetic mutations into the vast diversity of life forms we see today. This process, he argues, is far more awe-inspiring than the simplistic, deterministic explanations provided by pseudoscientific beliefs or religious dogma. The apparent randomness of the universe, when viewed through the lens of science, becomes a source of wonder, rather than confusion or fear. Dawkins also addresses the importance of education in fostering a sense of scientific wonder. He criticizes the way science is often taught, suggesting that it can be presented in a dull, fact-heavy manner that fails to convey the excitement of discovery. He advocates for a more engaging and inspirational approach to science education, one that emphasizes the imaginative and exploratory nature of scientific work. By teaching science as a way of thinking and a method of inquiry, rather than a set of memorized facts, Dawkins believes we can inspire future generations to embrace the wonder of the natural world. Throughout the book, Dawkins makes a strong case for the compatibility of science and the arts, arguing that both are driven by curiosity and a desire to explore the unknown. While art may provide emotional or aesthetic experiences, science provides a deeper understanding of the universe's structure and our place within it. Dawkins suggests that rather than seeing science and the arts as opposing forces, we should view them as complementary ways of engaging with the world. He emphasizes that the pursuit of knowledge through science does not diminish the human experience, but enriches it by expanding our understanding of the universe. In addition to defending science, Dawkins also touches on the moral implications of scientific discoveries. He argues that science, by revealing the interconnectedness of all life, can inspire a greater sense of empathy and responsibility toward the world and its inhabitants. Understanding our evolutionary origins and our place in the natural world, he suggests, can foster a sense of stewardship and care for the planet. Dawkins believes that science, far from being morally neutral, has the potential to inform and guide ethical decision-making. Unweaving the Rainbow also critiques the way the media often sensationalizes scientific discoveries or frames them in misleading ways. Dawkins points out that by focusing on the superficial or controversial aspects of scientific findings, the media can distort public perception of science and undermine its credibility. He argues for more accurate and thoughtful communication of science, emphasizing the need for public understanding of the scientific process and its implications for society.